Hey, it's Juck. We are not bemoaning the noon kickoff. We are now owning it. It's a badge of honor. We're the lunatic fringe that defines our coach's legacy when it comes to this game. They don't get to define that outside the family. We're cut from a different cloth for Ohioans. He's got it all, man. He's even got the jaw. You know the jaw. You see that jaw and you're just like, yeah, man, that's a dude. Do I want Michigan to beat Oklahoma? No way in hell. I don't know what world I'm living in. This is insane to me. And if you saw my outburst, I apologize. It's showtime now. Hey, welcome into Jucks on an accidental live stream that I was setting up for later, but hey, here we are. We are going live at 12:30, myself and Mark Givler over at the Buckeye Huddle channel, and we're going to be talking about some high school football. So Mark's down in Fort Lauderdale, and Mark's in Fort Lauderdale taking in a bunch of Ohio State commit games. I was at Massillon last night, and Mark got a hold of me on Friday. So he was like, hey, let's talk all these games we're taking in. And I was like, heck yeah, let's do it. And he's like, all right, sweet. We'll do it at 12:30 tomorrow. I'm like, cool, let's do it. I'm like, we hang up the phone, right? I mean, he's the guy that's on, like, he's out of town. So I'm trying to work around his schedule, not even realizing, like, dude, did I just commit to doing a live show during Farmageddon? Anyway, so I'm setting this thing up, and bingo bongo live stream. Here we are. Might as well talk for a few. Why not? All my friends. Hey, Emily, Nancy, Doreen, we got the Buckeye. We're all in here enjoying a Saturday. I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. I had a great time last night. I went to Massillon, which is always a delight. The last time I've been to the city of Massillon was 1996 on the field, and I distinctly remember that game because I got hurt really bad in that game. I got a massive concussion. My eyes rolled back into my head. Very, 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 very kind of traumatic experience for my poor mom. It was a really dirty play. It didn't get flagged, but that particular game, it was a flag fest, and it was all on our guys. Now, that was the second time I had played at Massillon, and it was the second time that it was a flag fest. The first time, people would always say, like, you go there, just be ready. The refs will be against you. And it's like, yeah, whatever, man. These guys they're unbiased referees. And I just remember our running back, Tony Skipper, the first series of the game, gets tackled. He's getting up from the ground, puts the ball on the ground. As he's getting up, the Massillon defenders jump on the ball. They call it a fumble, give it to Massillon. Literally the first series, and we're like, okay, we're in for it here. We lost that game 7-6, and then we went into, in 1996, triple overtime, and we lost that game. But I was on the sideline for the end of that one because I took an ear hole shot after the play that messed me up pretty bad. But last night, I went to see two Buckeye commits, Cincere Johnson, JJ Perez, as Glenville went into Massillon. And boy, do I got to tell you, it was the same damn thing 25 years later. Glenville got called for 165 yards of penalties or something like that. I mean, it was ridiculous. So many personal fouls that, like, I'm watching this and I'm like, there's no way you're calling a personal foul on that. Like, it was just ridiculous. And Massillon, I don't know, they maybe had 3 penalties the whole game. So everything was against Glenville. And because of that, I mean, I'm on the field with the press pass. I was on the Glenville side, which this is the first time in my capacity as a media guy, right, that I was on the field with a press pass. Now, I know the decorum is you're not supposed to cheer, but I couldn't help but starting to root for the Glenville guys because it felt like the refs were against them. It was really pissing me off. But anyway, an amazing game to start off the high school season as Glenville comes out. They lead 19-7, I think, going into the half, and they had all the momentum. They had 15 first downs. Massillon only had 5. Unfortunately, because Massillon only had 5 first downs, they didn't have many offensive plays. I didn't get to see a ton of Cincere and Jamir Perez on the defensive side of the ball. But Jamir Perez also plays on the offensive side of the ball. And this big dude, and he is a large dude, played the entire game both ways, minus maybe one and a half series where he kind of tweaked his ankle and he was out for a little amount of time. And in the fourth, he looked just as fresh as he did in the first. For a big guy, that is really impressive. Serious stamina. And on defense, double teamed every play. And obviously, that's the way you're going to play it when the guy's 6'4", 360, strong as an ox. He did a real good job holding his spot, and Massillon had a pretty good offensive line. Cincere, a pretty quiet game, to be honest. A pretty quiet game till the end. I'll tell you who really shined was the linebacker on the other side of the ball for Massillon named Jaden Williams, 6'2", 200. Matter of fact, I might be able to pull up his card here for you. He's an Indiana commit, and I was extremely impressed with this kid. He was everywhere. He was flying around. This kid right here. Mid 3-star kid, top 600 player in the country, 30th player in Ohio, number 51 linebacker. He was awesome. Stole the show. But Massillon ends up coming back, tying up the game, and then they exchange scores in the fourth. It's 27-27. Massillon drives down, and they're about to kick the game-winning field goal. Now, they line up to kick the game-winning field goal, and I'm sitting here, Cincere, the line, they're right in front of me. Cincere might have jumped off sides. It doesn't get called for once. They deserved it. They deserve the benefit of the doubt on this one. And the field goal gets blocked. It flies up into Cincere Johnson's hands. He returns it the other way about 45 yards, and it's looking like, oh my gosh, this is now Glenville's about to go win the game. The Blooders get stalled. They have no kicking game, right? They can't make an extra point. And we go into overtime, and Glenville wins in overtime, beating Massillon in game one in an absolute thriller. What a game, man. What a way to kick off the high school football season. So we roll into today. Of course, we've got Farmageddon, Kansas State, Iowa State from Ireland. And I am pumped to see some actual real live football here. But at 12:30, Mark and I will be hopping on for Skull Session over at Buckeye Huddle. And we will be discussing. So Mark down in Fort Lauderdale, he just got an absolute bonanza of games. So down in Fort Lauderdale, they had a bunch of teams coming to play like some kind of, it's not a tournament, but just all in one place. So he got Jacksonville Bulls, which is Ohio State tight end commit Corbin Fordham, Ohio State linebacker safety commit Simeon Caldwell, both play for Bulls. Mater Day's down there, so he's checking out Chris Henry Jr., Caden Dixon Wyatt. Chaminad's down there, so he's going to see Derek Cooper. He's got to see Dia Bell and American Heritage last night. Texas quarterback commit, the number one quarterback in the country. Who else? There's a couple of more. But just an absolute smorgasbord of excellent high school football games that he's taken in. So we're going to get on and talk about Bingo Bongo. That's my mom. Hi, Mom. How you doing? So we're going to get on at 12:30, Mark and I, and talk about that. Ryan, yes, Ryan said Luke Fahey was extremely impressive last night, much better than I was anticipating. So some highlights from Luke Fahey's game came out last night, which I might have handy here. But Luke Fahey at Mission Viejo, that's the Buckeyes quarterback in the class of 2026. He had a fantastic game. I wonder if I have any of those clips handy. I got a ton of clips, guys. I'm sorry I had to load these up beforehand. But this was not a planned live, as you know. Juck, can you say more about this undisclosed injury? Give us something. Oh, listen. So I was just talking about the Buckeye Huddle board, right? Like, banter around the Buckeye Huddle board. there's nothing to worry about. No, nothing to worry about. If I had a serious sourced injury, I would tell you guys it's serious. You know, I got a sourced. I don't have this. I don't have a sourced injury to report, or I would report it. We were talking about the Buckeye Huddle board, and that's I guess I phrased that wrong. If that's the way that came off, that there's a big injury that I'm not reporting here. That's not the case. Robert, thanks, Doreen. I'm about to head to work in half an hour. I didn't realize Juck is live. Yeah, Juck didn't realize he was live either. The Heritage game was insane. So St. Joe's, Pennsylvania, and Jet Harrison was in that game, Marvin Harrison's little brother. And boy, does he look smooth and grown up now. He is so much bigger than he was last year. And they were up 28-0 on Diabell and American Heritage. And they came back, man. So I was seeing that Dia was looking terrible in the first half of the game, like tweets like, this guy sucks. I can't believe he's the number one quarterback. Now, I haven't seen any highlights, Zach. Have you seen him? Did Dia turn it on? Austin Ross, he says, college football is back. Looking handsome as always. Thank you, Austin. I appreciate that. Yeah, the friends are all here. We got a good one. Ryan, I should report this. So Faber Akee, Buckeyes 2026 running back, injured the first play of the game. Hopefully nothing serious. Yeah, I don't have any information on that. Yeah, you believe that? The first play of the game, and it reminds me of J.K. Dobbins got injured the first play of his senior season, and that turned out okay. So have not heard anything about that, any follow-up on that injury from Faber, and we'll see. Yes, here's a good one. Jaquaden Guilford, 2 touchdowns last night, looked explosive from the clips Ryan saw. I haven't seen those yet, but yeah, Jaquaden Guilford, number 1 receiver in Indiana, and he is now a 4-star, as he should be. He popped off with a couple of touchdowns. So good stuff, guys. But I got a prep here, and we will be back on, Mark and I, on the Buckeye Huddle channel in 45 minutes. So I'm going to go get this show ready, and I will see you guys hopefully over there in 45 minutes. We're going live, so you can ask us any questions that, and we can pick this conversation back up there in 45 minutes while you're watching the game. Hop on, talk to me and Mark over at Buckeye Huddle. All right, thanks for popping in with me, guys. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon. Juck and Bucks out.